when I solved the Square-1 on my own, the video I put out, I was thinking it was going to be a little bit controversial. Why? It's because I went from just the scrambled old Square-1 in the kitchen where I filmed it to me solving it. And I claimed I was later that day and without any guide. I feel like that would be a bit controversial, so I'm gonna do a video today explaining how I did it. So how did I do the cube shape? Now the cube shape, I just did random stuff, and I'll admit it's a little bit of a fluke. But now I actually kind of know how to do the cube shape. So it's kind of a clump of two. You kind of just pair up all the edges like that, and then you do this algorithm. I'm not going to say anything, but it goes a little something like this. Between that video and now, I've actually learned a lot of the Square-1, so yeah. So now you orient the corners. I already knew how to do this bit anyway, so you go like that. And orienting edges. Now, how did I do that by myself? Well, I've discovered this algorithm, and I know to swap this edge with this edge and this edge with this edge, and it uses a fact that I know. It's if you misalign this top layer just slightly, or actually even the bottom layer, so that there's a line, and if you do one slice, it's actually still a cube shape. Like if you did like this, if you did a slice without misaligning, you won't get a cube shape, you get the kite. So I just did like this. You misalign the top and then slice. Then you align the top, but you misalign the bottom, and then you slice and you put this back. So what I discovered that did is swap this edge with this edge and this edge with this edge. The only problem is, since I had this case with a one edge flip, then I'll be honest that you could kind of do this, but like that's not a cube shape, so that's not really what you want. So I just tried trying to do like conjugates and stuff to I tried to do this kind of stuff, where I put the edges on the side, misalign the top, do a slice, and then put these back and do an algorithm that would swap the edges so that they would be all oriented. But that did not work. So I just accidentally messed it up. And then I actually got it back, and luckily, when there was a cube shape, they were all white and yellow on the top and bottom, which was so lucky. So actually, I know how to do this case every time. I guess something a little bit like this. It's kind of long, but like there are two algorithms you need. And then here we go. So here's the. Okay, so that was the first algorithm. And now it's the permuting pieces. Now this is where I tried some just random stuff. And I actually came up with an algorithm. Let me get something. Let me get my 3x3 real quick. So what I did was kind of J-perm style, where you break up this block, and then you like put it back together to make some algorithm. So I did that, and this is what I got. So firstly, I just misalign, and then you slice. Then I did up, and then slice again. Then I did up 2, because why not? I just like moved them around. And then slice, and then up inverted, slice. And then at this point, I wanted to put them together, so slice. Then I did up inverted, slice, up inverted, slice, and you can see they're together now. Up inverted, slice. And I know they actually changed some pieces on the top and the bottom. So what it did is it swapped these two corners, these two corners, these two edges, and these two corners, these two edges. Now for the bottom, that's pretty easy. When it swaps, that's just a JA perm. So if I go like something like this, these two corners, these two edges, what it really is a JA perm. So it's like this. And for the top, when I swap these two corners and these two edges, well, I didn't really know what PLL that was, so I just decided I'll give it a go, see what it is. So first of all, I did an E-perm, because that swaps two corners. Although my EPerm swaps these two corners instead of these two, so I just did this. I just kind of experimented on my 3x3 like that. So now these two corners and these two edges, these corners are swapping. Now I need these two edges and these two edges, so I just aligned it and then did my Z-perm algorithm. And then this is an NA perm. So I kind of solved the corners using this algorithm and then the edges. Although I am aware that like doing stuff to the top and bottom at the same time is not the best algorithm. But inspiration from J-perm, geez, so many J-perms. So many inspiration from J-perm. If you do an N-perm twice, it doesn't matter what N-perm you do, it always gets back to being solved. So actually, let's do that again. So I actually don't know this algorithm. I'll try my best. Okay, there you go, that's perfect. I'll just fix up this J-perm if I know how to do it. Okay, so if I do an N, I'll just do, this is not the, I am so confused. This is the NB perm, not the NA perm, sorry. So if you do an N, I'll do the NA perm because I don't know the NB perm. So that's the NA perm, and if you, it doesn't matter how the top is oriented, if you do an NA perm again, you can see it's solved, and there might be an AUF, but still, it's solved. So I could take advantage of that fact, and I know like doing a J-perm. So what I did is, okay, in this case, all the bottom corners are solved. So I can actually put that on the top, since I don't really care about them. And then to make grip a little bit nicer, I did right to this kind of thing. So I could grip it like this, and that just makes it feel nicer while doing the algorithms. So I put these on the top, and then I just did the algorithm to swap. I didn't want it solved. So it was gonna swap these two corners, but I didn't want to put it like this because if I swap these two corners, then this will have a diagonal corner swap on top. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to put this in the position where when you swap these two corners, there is still going to be an adjacent swap somewhere, so I can just do the algorithm while it solves that and the top. So let's see if I can remember it. So if it doesn't, blue, orange, I think it was here, you put the headlights at the front, and then you do the algorithm, so you miss a line, and then you do, I'm just going to fast forward through this. So I did the first algorithm, and I have a diagonal core swap on top, but that's alright, because what I actually want to do is I want to put this kind of block on the left, and then I'll do the algorithm again, so that when I do a diagonal corner swap on top, it doesn't matter, that will be solved. And then we have this corner swap, the adjacent corner swap, that's going to get solved as well. So I'll just do it again. And like, as you can see, all the corners are solved. And thank goodness I did not get parity. I didn't get parity at all in my other solves, so that was kind of lucky. In case you don't know what parity is, it's when two pieces are just swapped. And that means if that happened, I can't solve it using this algorithm. I probably would have probably scrambled the cube and just pray I don't get parity again. Or I could learn to parity algorithm, which is that. So I don't know if you can see that. But it's a long algorithm, and as I said, I wanted to do it without a guide, so yeah. Anyway, I solved the corners, and then I wanted to solve the edges. So for edges, I do it probably one U-perm at a time. So here's a U-perm, and as J-perm would say, to do a U-perm, you swap two adjacent edges, and one of them must be the middle. So here's the green one, and you want to solve this middle one. So you want to swap it with this one, and the two corners you're going to want to swap these two, the ones around the U-perm. So it's this edge swap and this corner swap. Actually, we don't need to do anything, that's all right. And then we don't need to do anything to the top, so we can just do the algorithm. Oh, oops. Okay, so we did the first block. And now this is where it gets interesting because we want to swap these two corners and these two edges. But this is a JB pen, but that's alright because what we can do is we can put it here. We can just change the middle. And now we can mirror the algorithm so that we get this two edge swap and this two corner swap like it's a JA, but it's actually a JB. So if we just misalign this, we can do the algorithm in mirrored. So that'll go something like this. And as you can see, we have a solved cube on the bottom. So now I flip the cube over. I really still hope this works. And I do the same thing. So we want to solve this edge, so it's going to swap with this. And we swap these two corners, so that's alright. We don't need to do anything. Misalign and then do the algorithm. Okay, and now we switch this little in the middle part, and then we do the the JA perm. And this could happen in reverse. We could have had to do the JB perm and do the kind of the misaligned step, but we're okay here. And then we do this. I really hope this works. And okay, I just realized that did not work, and I think I had to do a little bit of a trial and error, but eventually I got it. So actually, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'll just do the way how I would now do it, as I actually learned quite a lot. And then, oh, I thought that worked. Never mind. Okay, I'll do it one more time. Square-1's actually pretty fun to turn. And, oh, this bit, okay, so yeah, this middle layer could be off, but that's alright. You just turn it side, do up to, turn it side, up to, turn it side, and up to. And there you go. So the Square-1 is now solved. So yeah, as I said, I actually learned quite a bit. On the Friday, I just tried to do this on my own, and then the Saturday, I tried to like learn how to solve it. Actually, so yeah, as I said, I learned quite a bit. This cube shape algorithm I knew, but the parity algorithm, goodness gracious me. Alright, so that's today's video, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and see you next time.